I like to come into my room kind of in between doing things that I need to do and just laying down a little color before getting up and going on to the next mundane thing that is life. So right now I just have a Prismacolor Scholar, and it's Barrel Prismacolor, and it has my old name identifier on it for when I used to go to doll conferences and bring them with me. So I know this is one of the old originals, not withstanding that it says, if I can get that to focus, well, kind of, you might be able to see it there. Anyway, it says USA there. Anyway, I'm just adding a little bit of blue right here behind this box. And I'm trying to keep it light, and I didn't do too good of a job right there at keeping it light, but that's okay. You know what? This might not be a good time for me to sit down and color. I just colored blue right into that little acorn, which doesn't matter, but oh well. Let's see. Put that down. Since that's not really what I want to do. I'll move some stuff around to make myself a little more room. Okay, I've got my this is a Prismacolor Premier, and it's metallic gold, PC 950. And I'm just going to, what am I going to do with gold? And I might just add a little bit into the edges of this. Just trying to keep it light. I'm just going in and shading where I put the paint a little bit. Okay. And that's probably the only thing that's really going to be gold is that lock. Let's see. I think I've got to find some more colors. Afraid I'm going to joggle you a little. There you go. Just trying to move this over a little. My book won't move. There. So I'm just working down here in this tree that we put in. And I say we because I did that on camera, so you were with me. If you missed it, I think it was the last video. I'm kind of heavy-handed when it comes to color. And this is light for me. This is me focusing on being light. There we go. We're getting there. Just putting in an all-over coat of the brown pencil over the acrylic wash. And see, it doesn't matter that I went over the leaves a little bit because now I'm leaving them blank so that they can have green or yellow or whatever color I like to put in them. Let me see if I can move the camera a little bit. Excuse my arm. Okay, we'll just widen it out a little. There. And let's see. I'm just going back over anything I think could like have a base of brown or be a little based in brown. Okay, and that has the tree with sienna brown, and then I could go back in with some of this Tuscan red, and like where, you know, trees have bark and stuff, and I might want to, you know, just put a little bit of coloration in the tree. Kind of alludes to the rougher texture of bark. I don't need this to be really smooth. I'm just putting it in kind of like bark. A little bit darker where I think there might be some shadow. Might be a little darker in some of the crevices where the leaves overlap. Don't want it to be stripy though. I do it a little darker up here where there might be a little well in that tree, little dip. Maybe I'll paint this out as a branch, since there is a limb going up off of it. I'll put a little bit of the more of the brown on there too. There's that. And let's see. And this is a colorless blender, and you can blend colors with this, but I'm thinking I might go in with the Earth Tones Tritone and see if I can't blend things through with this. I just have to keep turning the barrel. So this doesn't need to be used by itself either. You can kind of see this coming together a little bit. The colors kind of smooth out as you press through the tooth on the paper, and everything just kind of flattens out. Thank you for bearing with me. This is my first kind of coloring multimedia coloring book video, so it's a departure for me, and one I'm looking forward to pursuing. I'm hoping that as I figure things out, this will become a little smoother and get a little better. So this is just the earth tones kind of blending its way through the brown and the Tuscan brown and the sienna brown. I'm hoping you can kind of see the different colors coming through. I'm not sure if I tighten that in, if my focus will stay. I think that's okay. But if you can see that there's some different shades in the tree, that it's not all, you know, one tone or one color. And this earth tone helps, although there are various markings in here from the previous colored pencils that I put in, so that it would have kind of the uneven texture that the majority of trees have. Yep, I've kind of dropped out of view again. It's a little hard for me to tell with this setup because I can't really see what you can see without making an effort to look. And it's hard to get much done. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the tree, around the roots and the grasses. I'm just going to finish filling this tree in. And then we will move on, maybe to the rocks. So there, I think I'm kind of happy with that. I can see the different tones in the bark and stuff, so that's a start. And then Well, maybe what I'll do next is put a little bit of this light green on most of these leaves as just the base coat, just a starting point. And it doesn't have to cover the whole thing, because we'll come back with some different colors, and maybe with more of this color, just to try to keep it all even. Okay. Lots of leaves. And this is a lot like the color that I washed into the ground yesterday, or whatever day I did the last part of that video, when I used the watered down apple barrel. Oh no, this is plaid craft paint in leaf green. So that is one thing that you can do too, is you can come back in and maybe put a little more of this color in places where it might be a little heavier. But this would also be the place where you would use some darker green colors for shading also. Okay. Let's see, we'll get another green color out. Excuse me while I reach in my crayon box and see what else I have. Oh, there's a nice, another old color, but it's 311. Okay, we'll go with that one. Got my pencil I dropped, which is this cream color. And this one does have the name on the end. It says it's cream, and it's a Prismacolor. This is at a time where they were Sanford. Get my pencil sharpener. This is a Faber-Castell, and it's got the 3 different openings for sharpening your pencil. And I'm just going to go into the single side first and give this a few turns. And then put kind of a nice point on. And then I will do the light green also. This is a Prismacolor erase, and it has the, well, it's kind of worn off, but that just said light green. And this one, which is the Barrel, the USA Barrel Prismacolor Scholar, does not have a name on it, but it's kind of an evergreen color. And it broke. I'll come over here and use this one. And we'll use the small one. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to use the medium green, because here I have kind of a bright light green and the dark green, and then this is the medium green. And then I also have a cream. So for now I'm going to use the medium green. Oh, there's a leaf here I didn't put anything on. Okay, so then I'll just kind of use the medium tone, kind of in the center. Okay, and then for the, I don't know, the forest green or the evergreen, I'm just going to kind of fill in the parts that might be shadowed. So that's how I'm going to do those leaves, and you can kind of see that the difference between those leaves and those leaves. Let's see. Is it too close? Nope, it's coming back. It's getting there. So those are the leaves that I've shaded, and these are the leaves that just have their base coat on them. And then I will widen that back out because I'm thinking the focus kind of goes wacky. And for these at the top of the tree, I might take a little bit of this cream color and just kind of blend over all of the greens, just to kind of smooth them out a little bit. There. So a little bit of medium in the middle. And then I will put some evergreen in kind of the shady areas. And these are kind of little things, you know, little items. That's a lot of coloring for a little thing. And I'm coming back with this light green, and I'm just going to kind of go over these leaves with the light green and see how that looks. I kind of like that. Okay, find this medium green, and we'll continue on. Okay, and then we'll find the darker green. Whoop, that's the colorless blender. Here's the dark green. As we kind of move down the tree, away from the top of the tree, we'll make the leaves a little bit darker. Okay, well, the camera shut off. I guess it had had enough. I'm just going to go over these leaves. And I think the rest of this, I think you get the idea of how I'm coloring these leaves. A light, a medium, and a dark. And I'm kind of going between the light color and this cream color for blending the three tones in the leaves. And I'll probably do maybe some of the leaves at the top of the tree and come back. We may do some speed coloring through some of this because this is going to take me a while. Okay, I'll be back. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know, or anything you might want me to show you how I do. Just put it in the comments. Thank you. Bye.